We're gonna go in and do this anyways.
Send me the link when you go live, so I can jump in on the stream as well. And
we are live. This is Corey Feldman, joined by a new person this week. Introduce yourself.
Hello, I am a Matty G, not the Matty G that you may already know, but I am a Matty G. I have dabbled in a bit of commentating in some other leagues. I do race in other leagues as well, and that's pretty much all there is to say about me.
Well, glad we got you this week. Get ready for the pure excitement, enjoyment, pressure as we go down the final stretch of the season for the Tier 2 Prospects Esports Racing League. We are in Belgium Spa this week. One of my favorite tracks in general in the world, not only on the circuit, but in the world. We will have, looks like 17. Now we got 19 competitors, 22 laps, short quali. Hopefully the rain stays away, as we got some guys here starting to ready up. Just a quick update on the season where we stand here going down the stretch. Guelphy is our current points leader in the Williams with 111, 20 behind him. Sam Brooks, strong outing, I believe it was last week. It's been consistent all season. Leclerc is third at 84 points. Besides missing, let's say at least a third of the races, he's in the McLaren. Fourth, a point behind, is Drunk Pirate, who went by Captain Jack for most of the season. Changed his name. He's also a point behind. He missed last week. We got Simster in fifth at 77 points, and Patty Mayonnaise in sixth at 54. T-Mouse 7 at 53. Crew Streamers at 47, along with David Boyer at 47. Rounding out the top 10 is Arctic Penguin at 42. So Guelphy keeps nursing this thing home. As long as he doesn't have keeps placing in the points, doesn't have any type of failures or wrecks, he's going to run away with this title. Hopefully Sam Brooks will have something for him this week, and Sam Brooks is hoping for a break. Just to give you an idea of where we stand currently as we enter the 10th race of the season. It's after post time here. Hopefully everybody readies up. Trying to see if I can get my cohort here a link to the stream. So what are you excited to see today?
I'm just excited to see if anyone bins it up Eau Rouge and Radion, to be honest.
Seeing you don't have much confidence in all of our drivers getting through there cleanly?
I have confidence in them, but I mean, if there's any rain to play a part in it, then anything can happen, really.
The gods at Codemasters can be quite evil when it comes to changing things up with weather.
Oh, I know all about that.
So hopefully today, and unfortunately we've been lucky here the past 2 weeks, say at least the last 2 weeks. I don't think it's rained in a bit, but early on in this season we had quite a bit of garbage. So I'm going to send you the link in the Tier 2 chat for the stream so you can get on it. I guess I might as well get on it too. The Tier 2 chat for... As you can hear my own voice on here, it's just delayed.
Lovely, I am on the stream.
I'll see if any of my friends are bored, if they want to hop in. Or if they're even awake, like, let's pick one of the two. Alright, we're getting these green check marks here, better than blue check marks, but we are getting there. A couple of y'all have some pretty bad DSL connection there, a lot of red. We are counting down to quali in Belgium. This is the track that turns boys into men, not to be confused with the R&B group Boys to Men, which is absolutely fantastic. So see if we got anything. The Lizalbo basically dominated last week, coming out of nowhere. He is a Tier 1 driver. Somehow just looked past the gods of safety cars, was able to come out in front. drive on, I believe it was softs for like 25 laps, or it was mediums for like 30. Whatever he did, he drove the rubber off the wheels of those tires. Got a little bit of help with the perfectly timed safety car. Comes out in front, wipes the floor at the end of the race. Fortunately, if he would have done it, been competing in this since week 1, he probably would have won the championship by now. But again, Guelphy is the current points leader, and hopefully Sam Brooks has something for it. Mason 98 got booted. Don't know what is up with that. And we're waiting on Patty Mayonnaise to connect. There we go. You still with me?
Still here.
There we go. Wet quality. Evil wet quality. Well, this will be interesting. That's not who. I do say that CSB Harris is new. Craigies makes his return. I believe this is his second race. Pigman Man back in. I also see Spectre of DMB and the Mason 98 are all new names to me. So, and some guys coming in late as reserve drivers. But this wet weather, what do you expect to see happen on this track in this wet weather? Obviously, you want to see somebody go flying over the wall through Eau Rouge, but what else do you expect to see in the wet quali?
Ooh. I mean, it's going to be interesting seeing the drivers trying to push in these tricky conditions. Yeah, seeing if anyone does bin it up Eau Rouge in the wet. Let's see just how hard these drivers push.
Just a note here is we got guys coming out onto the track for their out lap. The actual Formula One season has started. Ferrari looks to be the dominant car, which is the way it should have been for the past 15 years. After the Bahrain Grand Prix this past weekend, everybody keeps saying Lewis Hamilton is still better than Max Verstappen, even though they clearly had the dominant car, except for they didn't finish the race. Point is, Ferrari's a second and a half better than everybody. So, I go to Jeddah this week, and we'll see if that gap increases for a team in the real life that struggled in recent years. Hasn't had a championship in since 2007. So, one team that has definitely fallen behind in this league this year is Ferrari. It almost seems like they have new drivers every week, and they can never, ever get it done in Tier 2. So hopefully Harris and Craigies have got something for them today. Maybe we'll have a wet race and it's just quali. Maybe not. So I'm on board here. We're going to go on board right quick with Sam Brooks in the out lap. Not that really matters. We'll bring up the mini map for everybody. The tires, obviously, they're intermediate, so it's kind of pointless. Well, I guess they're not on wet tires, so it's not completely soaked outside. But it's kind of pointless to see what the tire strategy is since it's wet. Track map. There we go. Most everybody out right now. I'm not sure if the people that are still in the pits are trying to wait. It's like Craigies might be the first one to get a time in, as doesn't state the out lap anymore. So are you a fan of Spa in general?
Yeah, I do like the circuit. Really high speed, really favors the braver drivers. Drivers who really can just throw the car around corners at such high speeds. But then by the same logic, it's a simple tyre strategy, really, just the one stop, unless of course any safety cars. But let's just see, let's just see what happens with these drivers.
Yeah, the spot layout is much different than the original versions. The one before this, obviously, the long, narrow, basically giant, just speedway. I mean, Eau Rouge was still a thing that was there, but there's houses right next to the track. All of this. In 1950 saw the introduction of the F1 World Championship. The race was dominated by the greatest of all time, I can't fucking talk. Juan Manuel Fangio. And
Put your teeth in quickly.
closest challenger in that original race was Alberto Ascari. Hopefully, it'd be nice to really see F1 embrace those or Codemasters embrace those old cars and somehow bring them into the game. But yes, this goes back even last year at this race. I actually saw George Russell finish second. Verstappen won the race. Hamilton was third. I believe that might have been wet. Could not remember what happened. Something was weird about last year's race here.
Can you really even call it a race last year?
Yeah. One stage in its history had reigned at the Belgian Grand Prix for 20 years in a row. So I'd safe to say that the game got it right in its predictions here today. As we go ahead and look, Sam Brooks currently holding highest time 1:54.499. Not going to be too sure how much the pushing is going to go on this conditions. That could be the time. I believe pole, though, we'll probably see a 1:5.39 snag pole. But, of course, some of the faster drivers, besides Brooks, have not posted a time yet. We still got 12 and a half minutes left. Let's see who we got crossing the line. Where is it? We got that boy now. Where is that crossing? Oh, they're in the pits. So Leclerc has not set a time yet. I believe the last time it rained, Leclerc did not serve too well. He has already invalidated that lap that he is on. Well, we got Craigie setting a time and Harris setting a time. One of the Ferraris coming across, but they sit at 1:55 and 1:57 respectively. Owen pushing the limit here, going into second at 1:55.265. What do you think will be the plausible time to get pole in this situation, judging by the times that you're saying right now?
Judging by the times currently and the conditions on the track, I mean, if we get people really pushing, I'd break a 53.5. If they want to take it a bit easier, 53.8, 53.9 easy.
So yeah, Craig is approaching the line here. He stays out, going through the slow-moving shopping cart chicane there. Does not post a faster time. A lot of these guys' times are getting invalidated. Tarman Khan looking to still piece it all together for a race this year. He had a good quali last week. Couldn't get it done in the actual race. Lizalbo, number 3, look at him. He has been invalidated. But we still got 10 minutes left. Penny Manning is still going strong right now. He's not fast in any one sector. He's trying to get a time on the board. Let's see where our current points leader is. Guelphy is currently in the pits. Don't waste anybody's time. Not sure if that is Owen. That's not Owen. That must be Dylan? Nope. Anyways, Pigman Man's about to cross the line here to set a time. Let's see where he sits at. He is 1:54.2 first, so he's going to push the envelope. And we're going to start going greener and more purpler. As we creep up into those high 153s, who's got the balls and the gumption to push us to the limit and keep traction. So who are you eyeing right now through quali?
I don't know, 100%. I'm just looking at...
Oh, Leclerc takes fastest, and there we go. 1:53.783. So now that you're seeing this with 9 minutes left...
Now that's a good time.
Yeah. Any chance we see low 153s? I mean, you said 153.5.
Well, I mean, if he's done that in these conditions with 9 minutes still to go, towards the end of the session, I mean, 53.2 potentially.
Here comes Alba, last week's winner. What's he got? He is not going to take that pole. He sits third right now, 1:54.341. We got one of the blues coming across. I'm just trying to take a wild guess and cycle through who it is. Maybe it was Owen. It was Owen. No improvement. Next must be Red Bull coming up. Would be Guitar Man Con, but he is invalidated. I think we got Pigman Man making another round here. Going the long way around to get to... he's invalidated anyways. So is that Patty Pat? What we got making this other round right here? It is Patty Pat. Mayonnaise comes across, bumps up to 11th, 156, 108. Only the best drivers are able to compete in the wet. A couple other ones here. Another McLaren, or not McLaren, Mercedes coming through. Is that Folksy or Jonesy? It's Jonesy coming up. And takes second, 154.085, but it's looking like nobody's going to hold a candle to Leclerc. I think anybody's going to have that power to reach him, especially if Albo couldn't do it. Brooks couldn't do it. Looks like the Pirate guy is not in it this week either, so unfortunately for him, Sam Brooks' teammate is out. But that's where Spectre comes into play. A couple guys crossing. Not sure if they're getting any better times or not. Guys in the pits. Boyer coming across. He sits 9th right now. So, trying to look and see what the constructors was. I'm assuming the constructors will be going to Alpine, but I could be wrong. Let's see if we can pull up what that is supposed to be. Where they all stand here. As we have just over 6 minutes left in quali plus the extra time. We got one Red Bull coming across. What you got?
Sam Brooks currently 3/10 up on his lap. Coming through to the stop chicane.
Go on board here with the Brooks.
And up to that. Lovely.
You gotta love that you got all hyped up and all of a sudden they take it back in the pits. It's like, dude, you should just post the time and worry about the pits the next lap. But that's their strategy. Because right now, you're looking at 0.3 of a second for Leclerc over Jonesy, who is not really on par. So he's coming through midway through Sector 3, going into these slow chicanes. Plop it down. I am going to be very interested to see the new cars in F1 2022. Of course he goes in the pits. What a douchebag. How dare he. But yes, I was watching the just how good the actual race cars look this year. Seeing them in their virtual form is going to be pretty exciting. So just a rundown right quick of the constructors for Tier 2. We got Williams leading this at 182, so Alpine is second at 174. So we got whatever math that is, 8 points. Yeah. McLaren's third at 139. Aston Martin is fourth at 109. And then Alpha fifth at 92. Oh, Dylan's out. He hits the wall. Speaking of Williams, booted.
And it seems to crazy going 1.5 seconds quicker there, taking P5 with 154.3.
Simster is able to pull some sock puppets out of his socks. Something. It does be quick when he shows up, but consistency seems to be one of the bigger things with him. Closing things out. So at least everybody's got a time set, and Dylan's out. Sam Brooks left all alone here, but looks like we got a bunch of 154s. That middle pack's going to be close, but Leclerc looks to be on pace to run away with this, which when he does run, that's what typically happens. So we got Folksy kind of up on his Tier 1 time, or Tier 1, Sector 1 time right now. Let's see what he can nail here. as his teammate Jonesy's currently in second. Doesn't look like the rain is lighting up at all. Do you want to see wet weather in the race, or do you want to see a dry race?
Oh, see, I'd love a dry start for the free tyre choice for everyone.
That'd be interesting. Mix it up.
Yeah, see what options everyone decides to go for.
I wouldn't mind starting on the wet, then having it dry up, and then people start taking chances. I'm pitting early, switching tires too quick, stuff like, oh! Folks, he's saving it there. Getting that drift in the wet. See what he's got here. His time's fairly decent. We'll have to see if he can gain any ground in those top three, at least the top two. Try to out-qualify his teammate in second, which would basically put him at 153. But there are 85 100s in there to squeeze out. A little bit of traffic there in the way. Not enough to do anything, but he comes across and there is no improvement. Good stuff. Meanwhile, behind him is Jonesy, who is rolling up to the start finish. That would be his outlap. Dumb, but he's consistent. 2 minutes left. Get this over with. Too many umbrellas in the crowd. I was still nothing. Pigman Man Bear Pig. Going through tier 1. Let's see who we got this. It says Leclerc back on his outlap. Patty Mayonnaise's teammate struggling this week after having the excellent race last week, down in 16th. Can't handle the heat of the wet. Well, Maldi, as we mentioned before, there were 20 straight years where it rained at Spa. So it's not hard to predict that it's going to rain at Spa. So again, Ferrari in the back, 15 and 17. They need a new team principal or something. Of course, the real world Ferrari is probably going to win the championship this year, which makes me excited because I'm a Ferrari fan. And just anti-Mercedes. Sam Brooks coming through! Wow. 9/1000ths of a second to the guy sitting second in points. Currently out driving the points leader who sits 8th, but now we're going to see who's going to rip it out of their butts here to get this pole, because now we might start seeing that run on 153s, and maybe Leclerc just busted his nut early, who knows. A little bit slower through there. Who we got coming up? Is that Jonesy? Jonesy is coming to the line. A little bit more feisty. Driving a little bit more difficult into that corner. A little more, whatever you call it there at the end. Can he get it across? No, he is still sitting where he's sitting. Behind him, Man Bear Pig. What do we got? Comes across, no different.
And I've got... Oh, look, I was just about to say Leclerc's 2/10 up at the end of sector 2 there, and then he just lost the car.
He'll do that in the wet.
Lost the car and presumably lost his front wing by the looks of it. Yep. It's Formula Fording.
Just one noodle there, and that's it. We are in extra time, so if you're out, looks like Leclerc will not get this pole. He's going to have to rein it in to the Pirates. We do have Boyer quietly sitting 5th in the wet. What's he got here? Can he pull something out to push that time even higher? He does not. Oh, we got a Red Bull going around. Is that Con? I assumed it was Con, but we got a Red Bull going around.
That's Owen.
Owen. He's going to be Owen for this race. For this quali session at least. Rain seems to be coming down more. So we're locked in. This Man Bear Pig still got a lap to make it count. Claire locked in at second. Well, it's not locked in at second. Brooks right now has the pole. And it's going to come down to Man Bear Pig, who is up in sector 2. He might have something for that ass here coming through sector 3. Kind of touches the grass there, getting a little bit scared, but is able to maintain traction. Coming in hot to the chicane. Smooth breakthrough there. Keeps it going. What's he got? 150. He might just take this. Has he got? He does not. But he improves his time to 153.824. Good run there, just short of the competition. We'll take a look down. Hopefully Panda Man's not stuck out there. He's got a red on. These guys had issues last week. Oh, he's just pitting, so we're good there. And we are locked in. I'm going to smell gasoline. That's not good. I'm not at a racetrack. I shouldn't smell gasoline. Anyways, I think somebody's mowing their lawn. It smells like gas. So, brilliant. Sam Brooks, second in points, looking to capitalize because right now, 20 points off the pace. Guelphy, points leader, will start, was that 7th or 8th? Look at this way, he's down. I don't think there's anyone left on the track. Hopefully there's no issues here with the start. The stat. You excited?
Oh, very. With that quali session there.
Alpine on pole by 9 1,000ths of a second. 9 1,000ths. You can't breathe that. We can't fart that quick. Like, it's just, it don't happen. Sam Brooks, Leclerc, Pigman Man, Jonesy, Boyer, quietly 5th. Haas on the rebound in life in general. Lazalba, last week's winner, will start 6th. Simster, Guelphy, the points leader. Folksy, and Owen, top 10. That mid-pack, what do you think of that mid-pack?
Very close. Could be some great racing here.
Don't let the screenshots fool you, folks. Not folksy, but don't fool folksy either. It's not necessarily going to be sunny. What do we got? The anticipation kills me. We are sunny in Belgium.
Nice start.
Yes.
Wonder if there's any rain in the forecast though.
Somebody's able to predict that stuff normally. Hopefully not. Hopefully you keep it dry and the wet was all for nothing. It just creates a huge shakeup. Because those... Feel bad for those that benefit in the wet. Don't get that benefit there. Sam Brooks being one of those guys. But Leclerc might just run away with this if it's in the... it was going to be completely in the dry. Now, really, we should just start commentating Mario Kart. Why don't we have a Mario Kart league? It would be amazing. I mean, why not? I would love to commentate Mario Kart. It'd be hilarious.
I mean, I agree with that.
It'd be absolutely hilarious. So, here in what is probably the longest warm-up lap on the circuit, probably in the world. I don't know. If you take a warm-up lap at Le Mans, I'm pretty sure Le Mans is longer than this. God forbid F1 ever go to Le Mans. But,
I mean, Dylan has an interesting formation lap strategy here.
is he just waiting? Or did he quit?
Jumping from 14th to 4th.
Yeah.
Very interesting strategy there.
Has he got hacks or is he just behind?
No, just decided to really jump the start.
Well, we questioned the hacks with Lazalba last week, but just a brilliant drive from him all around. He might have the opportunity here to gain some ground in the dry. Sam Brooks can't take away from that effort as he looks to close in on a championship. It's going to take some ground and some help. So here's our points leader in the Doritos Williams. That's Guelphy. Basically going to be champion by default just because he's basically racing every race this year. And some of the bigger guys have not. So let's see here. Long day. But hopefully the rain stays away. They really need more people sitting. Here is our predicted pit strategy. They're all looking at one stops. You can go hard early. That just never pans out. Or you can go medium a little bit later. Just how well those softs do. But that's all if there is a no safety car. What's your over-under on safety cars for this race?
I mean, there's every chance that there could be an incident which can very easily bring out the safety car. And then it's just all about which lap we're on when it does come to it. Is it going to be too early for them to pit for the strategy, or are some drivers going to maybe hold out on the first pit stop just in case there's a safety car?
I'm saying there's going to be 3 safety cars. That's my bold prediction. As they line up here. Hopefully, that's not the case. Like I said last week, it was kind of strange. We had some incidents with no safety car. But it doesn't matter as we are going red, 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 and go! And we are off here. We got Sam Brooks early on the inside as they sprint to a sharp hairpin. On the outside is Leclerc trying it. So is Jonesy getting through smooth, but Sam Brooks clears everybody up front. He is away. Leclerc and Jonesy basically side by side. They are nudging each other going into Eau Rouge. Can we get through there? And here goes Boyer. Balls out on the outside. Flat out. Brilliant overtake by Boyer. Not letting up through that section. What a drive there. As they come up single file into after coming through the long straightaway. Sam Brooks still leads the way. We're coming down here into the beginnings of Sector 2. So I'm not a huge F1 fan. I'm not fishing out on what all the names of these corners are supposed to be, even if they have names of corners. But that's just usually what I take in third gear through here, so we'll keep up with this as Brooks, Leclerc, Jones, and they're clean through here. Lizalbo has gained 2 spots. Boyer with the dive through Eau Rouge did not really pay off. He's back to 6, but Pigman Man and Lizalbo teammates 4 and 5. Somebody in Sector 2 that looks like De Silva's out of the race. We got a virtual safety car, so does that count? That's 1. De Silva's trying to get on board there to see what happened. Any idea?
He lost it on a curb and went into the wall on the left by the looks of it.
Uh-oh, we got Craigies with the penalty. Yeah. So, it was smooth, and we got Leclerc locking it up there for a second. He went in too hard. Virtual safety car, just basically no passing. Evergreen again. That was quick. Sam Brooks leading the way here again through the 45-degree corner there. So they head up the GT start line and go up to Eau Rouge. Take a look at everybody going through Eau Rouge. First, whatever you call it, first-person perspective there in the 1 car. Guelphy, the points leader, back in 7th. Simster trailing him. Let's see what happens here. And somebody did go through off of Eau Rouge. Panda Man's out. It's a Royal Rumble. It's a battle royal at this point. We got Craigies already in the pit, but Panda Man went off in Eau Rouge. He is done. So we get a look there to see if the car is there from Craigies' angle. It's still there on the map. Let's see where he's sitting. The back end just come out. There he is. Yep, he's on the corridor. So 2 laps in, 2 men down. Who's going to survive? And somebody already went out to Sector 2 again. What's that dropping? It's Pigman Man. Having a rebound here. Saved it, though. Penny Mayonnaise got some work to do to come back up. Craigie's getting around slowly. It's got to be aggravating for Brooks. He's trying to build that distance, but every time he starts breaking wind, he gets held back by a virtual safety car. What are your early thoughts so far with the competition?
Got got some nice packs forming here. The top four, then this very bunched up looking midfield.
There's not
P5 down to like P12, P13 ish.
Mid pack. You can see where the separation point is between 4th and 5th. That's basically where the contenders stand is 1 through 4. Guelphy, though, the points leader, is slowly climbing. If he can get around Boyer and start eyeing down, running down that top 4 as he looks to continue to build on his points lead. DRS flaps are open. They're spread eagle coming down here into the short chute, right on the tail end of Boyer and the Haas. Also have Lizalbo, Ian, and somebody went down to 1 and 2. Who is that? I see it's Folksy. Take a look here. He ended up rebounding just fine. Craigie's ain't having it. He's back in the pits. But Lizalbo, we only got 2 DRS sections, and they're in the front. So it's going to take some hard pushing and some hard braking to try and make something happen through this section of the racetrack.
Actually, that's something I never had a look at. What tyre strategies have people gone for?
Well, Captain Jack, I don't know why you're watching but not racing. You had a chance at this, and you're at the house, so I don't know. So he commented on this. Sam Brooks is actually pulling away from Leclerc. He's outside of DRS zone. Leclerc might be just nursing those tires, but unfortunately Jonesy and Lizalbo are right behind him. DRS train there, going into the first corner. It's really going to come down to tire attrition, I think, on here. I mean, if you know the track well enough, you know where you can push it and not what to mess up. But if you use those tires too much, you're going to be in trouble towards the end of the race. As we looking here at a pass here, possibly. Jonesy making that run. Comes over the outside. Takes second place from Leclerc. Does not get it.
Looking to make the move into 5th as well. With the DRS.
Guelphy.
Enough past there.
And now he's got 5.5 seconds to try and catch up to the next position as Boyer. He's a good hard driver. He's always consistent. I think he's got 1 win in his career. But he definitely seems to have held them back. And Guelphy's going to look at running them down now. The Conster there with the 3-second penalty. I look forward to having you back next year, Captain Jack. Hopefully it's Tier 1. We'll see what happens. Sam Brooks still teammate to Captain Jack during the season. Trying to eye this championship gold. Bold move on the inside there by Lizalbo, but he cannot get the position. Leclerc able to maintain. Jonesy so far the fastest lap, so maybe he's closing just an incy bit on Sam Brooks. We'll have to see what happens here at the top of the hill. And the Alpinos. Good night, everybody. Leclerc keeping it through Eau Rouge, keeping it clean. But Lizalbo is coming like a fierce fireball of wreckage. Just a hurricane of fight. DRS train open. It's not going to be enough, though. They'll close in on Jonesy. Boy, he is just quick. You see how well that Lizalbo gets grip while maintaining speed through the corners. It's borderline brilliant. Well, it is brilliant. It's borderline hacks. But the guy makes it stick with his setup, and it's really quite interesting. Oh, Leclerc nailed the penalty. That's going to mess things up.
Lizalbo there with a proper eSports line.
Yes. Jonesy should love this track, as do I. Really, I shine the best at this track in Monza. So it's absolutely love Spa. It is, like I said, it turns boys into men. It's like any song from Boys to Men. Sam Brooks growing a little bit of lead there, not by too much. Leclerc, that penalty, that's going to hurt him in the long run. He is third in points. Lizalbo just biding his time. They are growing a distance on Guelphy, who is...
Safety car.
What? Harris out, so the Ferrari again. Choke mode.
Right in the middle of the track as well.
That is garbage. So Khan's out. Harris out. I feel like these Ferrari teams, their principals got to get something going. Probably say some talent better, but they need some consistency in those seats. And Jonesy almost bumped Sam Brooks there on the safety car. Where is the actual safety car? I don't even see it out there.
So this definitely will be too early for the medium runners to pit, but the soft runners, could they gain a decent free pit stop onto the mediums?
I completely apologize for not...
Too early.
Yeah, I completely apologize for not showing the tire layout because we didn't have it qualifying, so we got to turn back on. So as of right now, looks like Boyer and Simster did pit. Somebody did go to softs. Simster went to softs. So did Pigman Man, so they're trying to get some positions back. That's not going to make it the end of the race, though, but question is, if you're one of those first four on those softs, you're saying you don't pit, because I'm saying they don't pit, right?
Well, it depends how long the safety car's actually out for, really.
But that should help them in that regard, though, correct? Because they're not doing...
Yeah. If it's out for long enough, then a pit to mediums here could be a god-tier strategy.
Kind of weird the safety car actually hasn't loaded onto the track. I'm not sure if they actually have to get back. I guess maybe they just get back around. This track's so damn long, though, so... And that's why I'm not used to it taking a minute. Who is that yellow car that's just sitting up near Tier 1? Why is that yellow? That is a safety car, okay. I'm an idiot. But we got Sabra at the top four pit, and they don't care. They're out. They're like, all right, let's get these mediums out of the way. Does anybody go hard here? That's the question. I can see Lizalbo going hard. No, Lizalbo goes to... they all go to mediums. So nobody opting for the hards. Guelphy inherits the lead. What kind of strategy is he on? Because he did start in the mediums, so he's thinking he can make those last. And honestly, it looks like he's banking on another safety car. Because, I mean, look, how many have we had so far? At least safety incidents, 3?
Second one, this one.
There's their red Mercedes. You ever play any of the vintage games, like Grand Prix Legends that had the original spa layout?
I haven't, no.
I think I think Assetto Corsa has a mod that has the old spa layout.
Oh, Assetto Corsa has a mod for everything.
Yeah. I just don't know how to incorporate this shit properly. See, my experience with mods is Nexus Mod Manager and Skyrim, and you just download it, and it applies to that stuff. You're not having to go in and change lines or add stuff or potentially mess up everything, so they made it a lot easier. Maybe it is that easy, and I'm just being stupid, not aware, but...
I mean, hell, Assetto Corsa has a mod for a jet-powered F1 car that can reach 900 miles an hour. In about a second.
And that's still more affordable than anything on Gran Turismo 7. Fortunately, I still stand by my perfect review of Gran Turismo 7 despite the recent shortcomings. But speaking of which, we have a Gran Turismo 7 League beginning on Pro Sports Esports Racing. And I will go ahead and throw it out there. I have signed up for this league so I could torch all of you come time to go racing. So, we'll see what happens come that time.
I haven't even got Gran Turismo 7 yet.
I mean, it is a fantastic game. As we stand right now, our points champion, or points leaders first in the race, having not pitted, and then Sam Brooks is second, who is second in points. Third in points is Leclerc, he sits fourth. Jonesy, out of nowhere, like the Randy Orton RKO, he sits in third. I don't know. I'm using the Supra. I haven't bought enough cars yet. I've had to review games for like the past 2 weeks. I'm going to get there. All right, Natty? Get your shit together. I'm coming. We can go back to sport if you want. That'd be a lot easier on me, but I'm excited either way. I have not, ever since I reviewed that game for those weeks, I haven't had time to really go. I went back to it a little bit, but have not spent too much time. I've been reviewing the Borderlands side story game, Tiny Tina, and that comes out this week, and embargo is actually tomorrow. When I get done with this, I have to do my video review of it, so, which is basically talking while the video plays. But I'll go ahead and say you should probably pick it up if you like Borderlands at all. So there is that, but that's not racing. What is racing is this specific race. It's been very entertaining today working with my new cohort. Quali was quite impressive in the wet, and the start of this race has been bombshell to say the least. It's like some Clarkson bombshells. So what do you see happening the rest of this race? Who do you think, based on the pace that you've seen from the top guys and the strategy they're on, what do you think? What are you thinking?
Well, Wolf is going to be hoping for another safety car at some point to get a free pit stop onto the soft, so he can at least challenge with the rest of these top guys. Going to be tough for him to hold on to this lead on the restart, being on the older tyres. And the guys who have pit onto softs more than likely are going to have to make another pit stop, and safety car is in this lap.
Yeah, we only got 2 guys on softs right now, but we have 2 guys on older mediums in the top 10. Both of them looking to make up positions, which is exactly what they did. So hopefully they're gambling that it plays into their hands. The thing is, these fresh mediums do have to warm up to temperature, but this has helped a little bit as they're doing the wiggles, warming up tires as we get ready to go green. He's really bunching that field back up, isn't he? That safety car it's into the chicane, and they're just not coming out of that corner. Guelphy trying to play the smart game, hang him to dry here in the chicane, as he already starts with his run, and we are off. We're back to green. Guelphy trying to play the smart there to get any advantage he can on these tires, but Brooks right on his tail. On the outside there, Jonesy taking it in kind of deep. See everybody running through here. Leclerc trying to make a move now. Not going to be there. Here's me bold. Flat out through Rouge. Ooh, great run there by Leclerc. He's going to have the run to take this position here on the straight. He is on the outside of Jonesy. No DRS. Just drag race him, but Jonesy's still going to have that inside spot. Leclerc still trying on the outside. Gets a position underneath. Jonesy maintains. Even though he went wide. Great racing here between these two. Leclerc pushing it in. Oh, he's pushing it in early. There, side by side, this entire segment, he finally had to let off. Crossover underneath for Leclerc. And he's going to be able to take this through here, but the outside is beneficial, but he goes way off the track. Jonesy does. See, wow, this is brilliant. Brilliant racing. Lizalbo right behind him, side by side this entire segment. And Leclerc does get around him. Can he hold the position? Yes, he does. What a brilliant drive that was. That's some of the best racing I've seen all year. Wow. Two professionals just nutting up next to each other. A couple of Menches cutting it up. But watch out for Lizalbo.
For about half a lap.
Yeah, I know. That's ridiculous. In segments they shouldn't. Here comes Lizalbo.
Looking for a move here now as well.
Oh, they butt! Lizalbo goes off, goes through the plastic. All intact. This guy's a bat out of hell.
Looks to get false off a little bit there.
Wow, Simps are trying to capitalize. And the outside. Albo able to maintain through there as he eyes down Jonesy. Meanwhile, Jonesy running back, eyeing down. At some point, we did miss it because of the excellent racing. Brooks got around Guelphy. What a lap of racing. It's almost like Verstappen and Leclerc this weekend in real life. Here we go, Jonesy bouncing to the outside. We're going to see it again. Jonesy on the inside, they make contact. Jonesy on the inside. Leclerc keeps it. Okay, keep talking, losing my voice here. Leclerc able to stay out in front as they went side by side into the first corner coming off the straight. Albo just biding his time here. Simster also sniffing. Boyer right behind them in the Haas looking to make a move. Guelphy and Brooks have managed to give out a lead to Leclerc by a second and a half. Right behind him, Simster gets around. I didn't get around Boyer. It looked like somebody went wide there. Boyer is on that tail trying to attack. He's on the attack. He's going the distance. Clearing out a little bit of distance on Jonesy as they try to make it up. Brooks is starting to really blow away from Guelphy at this point. We'll have to see what kind of slingshot happens if Guelphy gets caught by Leclerc, and it's starting to happen now. These 2 lap mediums are starting to come into their own. Those 9 lap mediums are starting to show. Surprisingly, Simster goes on the inside of his elbow, makes a stick on the softs, but does not make the position stick, unfortunately. Here on the outside, going into turn 1. Nothing there. Gonna try again through Eau Rouge. I'm not sure if DRS is open yet or not.
It's this lap, yeah.
All right, what we got here, we're going to see a pass on Lizalbo. Does Albo break? He tries to break the draft. Breaks the slipstream. Needs to go to the inside. There's nothing there for Simster. Absolutely nothing. Brilliant defense there by Lizalbo.
Up to second as well.
Leclerc got around Guelphy. Like I said, it was a matter of time with those tires. He started trailing off pretty quick, but now Leclerc looks to run down Sam Brooks. Boy, Sam Brooks got a nice cushion there. Can Jonesy make that move around Guelphy as he's going to start fading into obscurity in this race? Guelphy is praying for that safety car here in the next 2 laps so he can swap tires again. Absolutely needs that to happen, or he's going to find himself out of the points if he's not careful. Unbelievable here. Simster already gaining back on Lizalbo again. Jonesy gaining back on Guelphy. I believe it might be this sector right here that Guelphy will probably lose this spot. Those tires are just too much at this point. Guelphy's got the whole world against him. By the whole world, I mean like the top 5 of this race. Going into the swallowing chicanes. Did not get him in that section. Should probably see if he gets him here, but he might have to force the issue. The short but useless DRS zone. So they haul ass just to brake hard. Ooh! A little bit of bump there. Albo trying to force the issue in there. It would make more sense to me for this section to be the DRS zone, but I guess because of Eau Rouge, I can't do that. Good camera angle there. The first person to be. Oh, we got Simpson going way wide coming off of Eau Rouge. Tried to make it go flat out. We got a move here for the lead. Not for the lead, but for third place. Albo trying to force it in. It's clean best. Boy, why does he just make that shit stick? It makes no sense. It's unbelievable how he just makes that car stick in these corners with that speed. Jonesy getting around Guelphy now as well as those tires continue to hinder him. Simster's up next. Alba with his ability just to make that car just stick in sections that other ones can't. That setup is insane. It might just be a setup. Maybe his skill is just that good. Because he is a tier 1 driver from what I understand. Somebody's down in sector 2. Got a blue car out. That's Spectre. We got a safety car.
That's another safety car.
So,
Perfect here for Guelphy.
yes,
Pick for the top, take them to the end.
yes.
Easy.
Boy, we raced what, like 35 laps last week, and it seemed like the race went on forever. Somehow we're over halfway on this race, even though this track is long as hell. But there's been so much action and so much retraction. It's been that's why it's Spa, man.
There he goes. Into the pits.
He is. Question is, anybody else go in? Nope. The back ends did. So Guelphy might be putting himself in the position. But do you go softs here, or do you go mediums?
Oh, softs, definitely.
Let's take a look here with Guelphy. And the Williams, our current points leader.
It's 10 laps. Softs can easily do the 10 laps. It'll be, what, 8 laps of racing? Easy.
Yeah. All the mid-pack going to softs. Craigie's went to the mediums, but he's in the Ferrari. So our top 5 are now on aging tires. And this safety car lap will help bring those softs up to 10. Look at the breakdown there. Also, don't forget Leclerc has a 3-second penalty, so as of right now, he ain't going to finish second. Otherwise, other penalties are bad. Pigman Man, who qualified solid, has fallen to 9th, but we're going to have to see what happens with these softs. I also don't think we're done with safety cars. I said 3, and the virtual don't count. Virtual don't count. We got 2 actual safety cars. So I'm saying we're due one more, if not one more in the virtual. A couple of the known guys that are known to spin are all out. So, a disappointing day for Patty Mayonnaise here after last week's dominating performance. I believe he finished second. We're only 13th. See what we can do with these softs. This track is where the men show up. Boys, we don't play here. Guelphy looks to lead the train here, getting back up front. But man, just brilliant drive. Take me back to your thoughts on the racing between Leclerc and Jonesy.
Oh, some fantastic wheel-to-wheel action. Even throwing Albo in there as well.
Yeah, I mean, to see nobody let up, and then the one time that Leclerc let up, he was basically able to come back with an undercross move and take the position right back. Yeah, it was.
Absolutely stunning.
It drives me absolutely nuts what some of these guys are capable of. And this is just Tier 2. Tier 1 airs on Mondays for the Prospects Esports Racing League as we're closing down towards the end of our season. I don't know exactly how many races we have. Maybe it's 12. I hope this isn't the last one and nobody told me. Because that would mean the championship's in the line. But if something were to happen to Sam Brooks and Guelphy would just finish in the points, it would probably lock up the season for him. But we'll have to see. Spectre has officially left, so we got 5 cars out of the race. 7 p.m. It's so weird. This race is going by quick, it seems. But I guess that would explain why the time's going by quick. It seems like the time's longer. So we're only halfway done. Not about 2/3 done now.
I mean, Glover here will be hoping for some nice team play from his teammate ahead.
Yeah, if he can get past Dylan, which I think that can easily happen. Which I think Dylan's actually his teammate because Mouse is not. Yep, Williams is 5 and 6. These are T Mouse is normally his teammate, and Mouse is not in this week either. So Dylan's filling in, and as a teammate, you kind of got to let him by anyway. So you might as well just let him by at the start so he gets 5th. And then if he can run down Jonesy by the end of that first that straightaway after Eau Rouge, might have something here where he can be in position to make a run. I mean, basically this is his race to win if there's no more safety cars, but I think there's probably going to be another safety car, but we are ticking down these laps because there's only 8 left. So what again? Brilliant drive. by the guys in the top 4 so far. And strategy.
Should be safety car in this lap.
We got 6. We got what? 5 on mediums and the rest are on softs. That was what, 9? 2, 4, 6. Yeah, 9. I can do math. Congratulations. Such a long track. It's even longer when you're doing pace laps, so. The beautiful mountains in the background. The 3D grass, the paint, the asphalt, the rubber on the track. The porta potties. Alright, so they're doing that thing again. Brooks trying to back up the field. Same thing that Guelphy did. The safety car's already way up there. But Leclerc's not having any of it. He's right on that butt. He'll force us. What? They bump! Leclerc's not having any of the point. He takes a bump. So here we go. Slow through the corners. And we are... Oh, he even scooted around there, Brooks did. Leclerc again having none of it, but Brooks gets a great start here. Going into turn 1, but Lizalbo not letting Leclerc get away. Leclerc also has that penalty, don't forget. Ooh, Brooks pulled away really well right there. That was pretty ridiculous. Make sure nobody messes up for Eau Rouge and we just get another safety car, but hopefully we're good. Folksy in the pits. Coming through, everything clean, and we get that run here. Dylan did not let Guelphy through. It's not very good teamwork as Simster is on the tail of Guelphy, trying to make this move on the outside. Not going to be anywhere to go there, I don't think. No, boxes him out, has to come back under. Guelphy needs to make haste while there's sunshine or whatever the hell that saying is. Dylan needs to get some team orders here and let him by as the fill-in. Alba right on the tail end of Leclerc as Sam Brooks is pulling away. Alba just makes his car stick like it's impossible. They're on aging mediums, though. It's only going to be a matter of time for these softs to do something. But we saw last week where Sam Brooks did not take advantage of situations, and Alba ran away with the race. Leclerc here, again, has a 3-second penalty, which would currently put him back in about 4th? Or 5th. Probably 5th. They're kind of spreading out a little bit there. But finally, Guelphy is catching Dylan. Does Dylan just let him by, though? Guelphy on the inside, yes, he does. Finally there, Guelphy. Oh, no, Dylan's fighting back. Unbelievable. Because these two doing this is going to allow Simster to take advantage. Basically blocking them out here. Is this some teamwork? Ooh, Simster with the undercut. Wow. Follows Guelphy. They kind of looked to try and box him out and force him to the outside, but he came right under. And now Simster follows Guelphy. As I believe we're hitting DRS now, aren't we? Oh, on the inside.
No, next lap.
Well, next lap. Somebody's down in Sector 1. It is Dylan. It is Dylan. The Simster gives up. Ooh, they're going in here. They're tight. They bump. Simster still at the position. Now they got Boyer on his tail, too. Ooh, and we got Sector 1 and 2 down. I believe that is... I'm not sure. Doesn't matter. No safety car. Keep it going. Don't you dare throw that safety car. We'll throw things. Sam Brooks is second advantage on Leclerc, which is technically 3 seconds, so he's really leading Lizalbo by 1.7 seconds. Booby's running by. 0.5 on Jonesy. And Simster on the softs needs to start running them down as Guelphy has squandered his opportunity and could slowly be losing this championship if he's not aware of the situation. Lizalbo still starting to trail. Leclerc is starting to make up a little bit of ground on Brooks. We got, what, 7 laps? About 6 laps to go. Just over 6 laps to go. DRS needs to open up for some of these guys in the back because it should open up these cars on the softs. DRS is enabled. And right now, fastest lap did go to Simster. That was a brilliant lap all around, even with the traffic. Brooks better watch. If Brooks can get out here to a second advantage coming through Eau Rouge, might be some clear sailing there for him. But no, Leclerc came right with him. So we are open. Gonna try to run down here. Folksy ended up with the fastest time that lap, 1:44. Not enough to catch him, but enough to catch up. They just got to close it in. Jonesy right there. So we got a couple guys in the pits there. We only got 12 cars left on the track. Top 4 on mediums don't seem to be phased by the age of these tires, as these guys on the softs just aren't bringing the pressure that's necessary. I say that, but Simster is on the tail end of Jonesy. Leclerc into a half second now on Brooks. There's something wrong with that Alpine that's in the lead. Starting to lose that muster. Want some ketchup on that hot dog. Leclerc's eyeing, but even if he takes the lead, he has to win by 3 seconds. And then it's just not the way this race has gone. Not sure what Lizalbo is waiting on. They're spaced out. Simster needs to push hard into this final chicane to get a position here on Jonesy. Not enough. Jonesy with kind of a late break there, but made it stick. Flaps are open for everybody, so it's not going to make a difference. It's just a damn wind tunnel. Into turn 1. Leclerc 6/10 off of Sam Brooks. Who can make up ground through Eau Rouge? We got 5 more times to this shit. Everybody coming through. A little bit close call there for Guelphy. He's a second back from Simster, slowly fading away even on the softs. It's not worked out for him. Leclerc gets around Brooks for the lead, but again, he's got to win this by 3 seconds. Something catastrophic would have to happen for that to happen. Albo right on. Something seems to be up with Brooks. I don't know if the loss of grip is affecting him more as compared to the others. But boy, he has lost a lot of time. Albo. Jonesy. I mean, these guys in the mediums are doing good except for Brooks right now. Just slowly falling, but keeping the softies at bay there. Simster needs to go into Simster mode and turn on his button. He always has that moment in every race where he just balls out. Three-second time penalty for Craigies. So do you think Simster will catch and get to the medium people or no?
It's looking like it's going to be a very difficult job for him at the moment.
Well, he comes out right in the tail of Jonesy that time. Can he capitalize? He's going to force. Can he get underneath and force himself into turn 1? He does. What? And they make contact. And then Simster gets nailed for a penalty. That was stupid. That didn't make any sense. He took the under, was in the position, and to me, Jonesy came down. Oh, good God! It's the big one! It's the big one! This is Daytona, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, there's your third safety car as half the field just got wiped out. Brooks is out! And I will tell you what, Gruffy might have just... Gruffy might have just won this championship.
What? That's the crack on Radion I was looking for.
You got your wish. At the chagrin of maybe somebody losing or clinching a championship. Again, if you're one of the spectators, if you're watching this, chime in on how many races are left in the season. Because I think maybe it's 2. Yeah, that was... I didn't even see the wreck. It just cut to the top of the screen, and I see Leclerc just no wing flying across the track and a lot of plastic. Or fiberglass, whatever the hell you call it.
I was on the perfect on board there. I was on board with Simster.
You know what?
It happened right in front of him.
It's looking real good for Patty Pat right now to win this race. That's all I gotta say. Somehow we just talk junk about Simster. He gets a penalty, but the one that's lined up to win this race is Guelphy because of the penalties. And I'm sorry, Simster should not have gotten a penalty for that. That was a clean underpass. I don't know why he got a penalty. Jonesy kind of cut that because he knew it was coming. And I mean, he got a penalty too, but Simster should have gotten a penalty for that. So, speaking of which, Jonesy's coming in for different tires, so at the end it might not even matter. I don't know if they can serve these penalties or how that works.
If it's 3-second penalties, no, they won't be able to serve.
All right. So on to the, I guess, softs. Albo's still out there in mediums. We know last week he can make it work, but I don't see why not pit there and take the softs. I don't think you're going to capitalize on the three people in front of you. David Boyer in a position to actually win this race. He has had a strong day and strong quality in the wet. I think Boyer just likes Spa. This will be career win number 2 for him. Because Guelphy, honestly, has not been that impressive today. He's had the opportunity to make something happen, and he squandered it. Stayed out too long on tires before to try to get track position. But what can I say? He's leading. And the people that were competitors for this, I mean, with Simster pitting right there, though, I don't know. You're not going to make up those positions with only 2 laps to go. So, oh, welcome to Tier 2. What do you think?
Where can I sign up to race?
Yeah, that was at the fields out. I'm jealous because you got to see that wreck right there. I just saw like the top portion of it and somebody go flying. That was it.
Try and clip it and post it for you if you like.
I'm sure they'd appreciate that. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know we got a shootout coming. There's no lap cars on the way, so y'all can quit complaining about that shit that's a year old. And,
Again, backing up the pack massively.
So Ferrari is guaranteed a top 10 in this race as long as he doesn't wreck. And Craig, he's sitting in 10th. But I'm interested to see if David Boyer can show up and do the damn thing in the Haas, which should equal what Haas did this past week at Bahrain. But Guelphy off to a good start here. Albo's going to try to push here on these old mediums. Gets underneath. Owen makes contact, pushes him out. I don't know how I feel about that. That seems derivative and less clean than the hit that was taken by the other two, by Simster.
That one.
Yeah, such a bit asshole, but no penalty. Guelphy's starting to pull away here. We got 2 laps, about a lap and, well, almost a lap and a half left. Can Boyer make this run and make it happen? If he sticks clean, that last lap will be DRS, and he might just be able to do something and win.
There won't be any DRS this rest of this race.
Oh, there won't? That's disappointing. How dare they? But Albo might be running down Boyer, but there's a second behind at this point. Boyer needs to step it up, be tight through this, because Guelphy might have just clinched his championship today. Because even if he didn't, he's way ahead. Because contrary to 15 minutes ago when I thought Guelphy could be the one that's going to start losing the championship if Brooks won, because it looked in hand, we had the wreck of all wrecks in this league just 3 minutes ago. And everything changed with the blink of an eye. And here we go with the current points leader about to run away with the championship, as he now has over a second lead on Boyer. I know Boyer would be more than happy with the podium. Lizalbo is actually closing on Boyer slowly, but Owen is right behind him, despite Albo pushing Owen out of the way. Somebody's falling here. I'm not sure what's going on. A lot of shake-up here. Folksy just continues to drop. Team orders, I have no idea. Let's avoid another wreck through here, shall we, guys? We got Jonesy trying to make that move on Owen, going into Eau Rouge. Not going to stick. Take a look here. Boyer back within a second, but it's not going to matter. This is the last lap of the race. Got some battling here. Owen and Jonesy still jostling, tumbling. Side by side, they are nudging each other. Like passing notes in class, the cute chick. They're nudging each other, but right behind them, Simpson's trying to capitalize, hoping they take each other out, and he just gets that spot back. Fresher tires. Owen is on older softs. Jonesy managed to get around. Simpson now at the time penalty, so it's not even going to matter where he finishes. Boyer still clinging on to second, but can Albo work that tire magic and get second? Here we go down the stretch. Focus here back on a half second here. Knowing the Albo asshole moves that he's done in Tier 2 so far this season, he might just nudge his way into this last chicane, break as deep as possible just to get second back. Still a brilliant run by Boyer in the Haas to help celebrate Haas's fifth. Yeah, and he goes really hard into the corner, trying to force his way in. This guy needs some penalties, dog. He's going to lose it out to Jonesy too, but we got Guelphy basically wrapping up the championship, winning in Belgium, and the race you can argue that he absolutely did not deserve to win based on a giant wreck here at the top of the hill about 5 minutes ago. Sam Brooks must be absolutely devastated, just absolutely devastated. And the stewards need to have a talk with Lizalvo here about some of this racing. Again, questionable contact with Simster and whoever that was, with Simster getting that penalty. This is our podium. Guelphy, your points leader, takes home the win. That's another 25 points. The person in second, Sam Brooks, who was leading, goes home with absolutely zero at no fault of their own. So your thoughts?
I mean, hell of a race. So much excitement, so much wheel-to-wheel racing. Just wow.
Yeah, Folksy gets the fastest lap by almost 2 seconds, so they finished fourth. Boyer, brilliant drive second. I'll give him the driver of the day, even though Owen finished third. After the penalties, Albo down to fifth. Jonesy, Mayonnaise is seventh. Simpson down to eighth. After that, we had 10 cars finish. And Ferrari gets points. There you go. Disappointing day for Sam Brooks and Leclerc. Excellent racing, though. But hey, man, it's been a joy. Hopefully we can do this again soon.
I mean, I'd be happy to be losing my voice a bit there. I'd be happy to come back for whether it's comms or racing.
Well, let's
see.
Well, let's get it done. Until next week for Tier 2. Check out Tier 3 tomorrow. Same bad time, same bad channel. This is Feldman 9000. Yeah, get signed up. All right. Have a good one.